when Teddy moves to Virginia, do you leave? Are you still in Holland, or you go to Virginia to
He
help
asked me
work?
to move down there.
Oh, you relocated to Virginia.
I relocated, yeah.
Okay, and at that point, the Bobby album comes out.
I didn't make the Bobby album. I was supposed to sing on something, but it didn't work out. I had like my throat was really sore or something around that time. I do remember because Teddy Brown, I met Bobby Brown, another very nice, he was very nice to me anyway, very nice man. And I was supposed to sing and I went down there and did vocals, but they didn't come out right. I remember they came out real scratchy and it was weird. You know, I didn't even like him myself. So I understand why he didn't keep him out. And I think, long story short, my voice wasn't, it was scratchy. I think I had a sore throat or something.
Okay. But then, so you didn't get much work on the Bobby album, but then they started working
I didn't get any work on it.
So it was Marion Marshall who did a lot of the backing vocals on that. But then when they
called her after I couldn't make it.
Oh.
Because he called me first.
Okay.
And that very song that she sang on, which I love that song.
Is it one more time?
One night it will be all right for sure. It's so pretty. And that was the same thing that I was singing, but it was weird. It was weird. And it just happens. And it was one of those things where, you know, a lot of times you might go to record. It might not be a good night for you for whatever reason. Maybe you have some personal stuff that's going on. It's still on your mind. You know what I mean? Whatever. You come down with a little something. But there was one of those situations. He couldn't wait to do it another day and another day and another day. So that's why he had to call somebody, because I've been in the studio with him, you know, when I was living down there and just other times, you know what I'm saying? And if we had more time to do it, you know, when you say, come back tomorrow. Okay. Go home and get some rest. Sometimes your voice is tired. Yeah. And, you know, and I've seen some of the best people. Last time I said, oh, I'm not as good as this person. Some of the top people. If you're tired, you're tired. If your voice is tired, it's tired. There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. And it's not going to perform for you the same way that it would when you're rested, when it's rested, and that whole deal. And it was just one of those things. Yeah. Yeah, no, the One More Night, that's the best song on the album. Yeah, such a pretty melody. That melody was very, very pretty. Yeah, but then we hear you on Tonight's the Night, which, you know, which actually, you know, if you ask most people who are proper fans, they would say they preferred the original album version as opposed to what was released. When you're working on that, was there any disappointment when the single came out that you weren't featured on it? What do you mean, Tonight's the Night? Yeah, on Blackstreet. I was on that. No, when the actual video, when they're actually releasing the single. Oh, listen, another situation, okay? Another situation where you don't have meeting of the minds. When you don't have a meeting of the minds, you gotta make moves. You know what I mean? I'm a move maker. If something is, you know, listen, there's a business behind this music, okay? And when the business is not connecting all the dots, then you gotta make different moves. And that's when a lot of times people part ways and do other things. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The details are not important because this is a music industry. It's all the same story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I mean, sincerely, I'm saying what happened with me, what happened with this one, that one, or the other one. It's because we're in the same industry. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, the bottom line is that you come to a point where you're not seeing eye to eye. You might have been seeing eye to eye all the way up to this point, and you get up to this point, and now you're not seeing it. And a lot of times it has to do with people's growth. People grow. You met me here, I was a baby. Now I'm here, I'm not a baby anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when people grow and develop, they may want to go in different directions. They want different things, whatever. It's a myriad of different reasons. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, as I said, most of us were disappointed we didn't see in the video because we did prefer the original version. Not taking any disrespect from Coco and SWV, but as I said, it was because the album was what we heard first.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I just remember that I skipped over Is It Good to You? It first was on the Juice soundtrack, and it was our first time actually seeing you in the video and on the song. Did he come up with did Teddy come up with the sort of the music, and then he said, "Can you write to it?" Or how did that particular track?
No, it was on Heavy D first. It was Heavy D and the Boys came out first.
You know, I actually thought you got okay. So they came out with it
that
first.
That song came out first. Heavy D and the Boys came out first, and then an executive from MCA knew about the Juice movie, and she asked Teddy, could he do something very similar for the Juice soundtrack? And so then that's what he did. And when he did that, he said, can you write some lyrics to it? And I did, because the first one was Heavy D doing a rap, and I was just singing on the hook.
Okay.
I sang on both versions, though.
Yeah, yeah, but the same thing. He didn't want to put you in the video, or it was. Did you mind that you weren't in his video?
Listen, you got to speak to Heavy D and the Boys about that. I don't know about it. You know, this is what I'm trying to explain to you. I wasn't privy to the business. So it wasn't like when it came out, you got to realize how magical things seem to me. I'm just, you know, Teddy's like, hey, I got something, come down, blah, blah, blah. I come down, I'm singing, I'm in the booth, you know, whatever. So after that happened, it's not like I go home and like, well, do we have a deal yet? Did you place the song yet? It's none of that. None of that. Yeah, yeah. I just went back home, back to Harlem, hanging out with my friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chilling, relaxing and maxing. You know what I'm saying? and then he would get back to me, and then you find out the song was out, and that was it. Mm-hmm. I didn't get involved with the business end of the music business. I just really stayed with the music part of it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So when you record the one for Juice and they're saying, okay, we're going to have Teddy Riley featuring Tammy Lucas, so this is almost introducing you to the world. What was how did you feel about?
I was super nervous, of course.
Is that what the sunglasses were for?
Yeah. Well, I don't even know. I guess I was wearing them around that time. I guess that was what it was for. I don't even know. I know we did 2 videos. We did 2 videos because we had one video and they didn't really like the outfit that I had on. So I went back and did a second video.
Okay.
The one that you see was, of course, the one that was the keeper.
Because they had the version with Akil rapping, and then they had one that didn't have the rap at first.
No, they both had it.
Okay. Okay.
Well, the one that I'm in is the one with Teddy and Rex and Effect.
Yeah. Okay. In Fruit. Okay.
Both of them. They had, you know.
What did it do for you when you actually were now on rotation on your videos out? Did it change much?
You know what? I just didn't take it that way. I don't know what to tell you. I know it sounds very strange. I'm one of these type of people. I'm shy. I'm not shy when it comes to music that I love to do, you know, when I'm writing and singing and producing and doing all that. But as far as I wasn't so busy thinking about, okay, I'm going to be on stage. Okay. I wasn't thinking about it like that. You know what I mean? And you know, I guess maybe that's why it was easy for me to fall into more songwriting and producing. You know what I'm saying? You know, had I been one of those people that will had my eye on the prize of being out there front and center stage, I would have. But my love was the music, you know what I mean? And I guess I was I probably, you know, a whole bunch nervous about putting myself out there.
Okay.
I sang with Big Bub on, I want to say, one of those movies. Was it House Party?
Oh, is it Why You Get Funky on Me, or
I can't think
I Like
of
Your Style?
Yeah, I Like Your Style.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, we know all the tracks. we know all the tracks.
Okay.
So the other time we saw you then was with Tribe, because I think a lot of us, because we knew you were Teddy. Next thing we see you with Tribe, and it was like, oh, so it almost, because that was probably one of Tribe's more commercial tracks, because they were very underground until that came out, and I would believe that because prior to that they weren't doing that sort of crossover R&B sort of stuff. How did they reach out to you?
They just did. And another thing I want to say about me, that I'm very blessed. I got to thank God for most of the work that I've ever gotten. Just about all of the work that I've gotten. People sought me out. And I have to thank Teddy for that, mostly because, I did the Hey Boy thing. Teddy knew about Hey Boy, but that was very underground at the time. But once I began to work with Teddy and all of the different things I did with Teddy, from that's how Q-Tip reached out to me. That's how other people began to reach out to me, because Teddy was working. The music that we did was released. So people were able to that's how they were able to hear me on so many different, like you said, I never did an album, but I've been on so many other songs and stuff like that. And I thank God for it, because people come to me, and even to this day, they call me and they say, hey, I like your voice. Do you want to work on something? Can you blah, blah, blah? And that's where a lot of my work comes from. Not saying that on a list of people that I could say right now I would want to work with, of course. But the point is that I've gotten a lot of my work from people who already know what I do, like what I do. And I think that's a big thing, because you don't have to, it's different when you try to go for a job and it's like, well, then you got to try to make them like you. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the music industry or any job, if someone comes to you, they already know what you do.
Yeah.
And even if I'm not doing the same exact thing for you, you know about how I get down.
Yeah.
And you figure, maybe I can bring some of that over to the vision of whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? For your album, for your record, whatever you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just think that's so cool. I thank God for that.